Woo, I think I can hold it.
This Wagyu cooked like that is absolutely one of the most tenderest, juiciest things you'll ever put in your mouth.
That's the best steak I've ever had.
So to start out with, I want to tell you we're located in East Texas, and I'm going to tell you the name of the city. You're going to think this is pretty cool. It's called Gun Barrel City. How could anybody not like that? So just outside of Gun Barrel City is a nice ranch down by the Trinity River bottom, and it's owned by Charles Allen and his wife Jody. Charles owns Knives of Alaska and also DiamondBlade Knives, and they've been a sponsor of ours for years.
I'm Charles Allen with DiamondBlade Knives and Knives of Alaska. We're here on our ranch in East Texas. We're having Keith and Matti Warren in, along with Tom Claycomb, who's a professional butcher, outdoor rider, and he's going to show us how to properly prepare a individual cut from a wild boar, from a 8-point buck we took here, and one of the steers that we've taken off of our ranch.
My name's Tom Claycomb III. I'm an outdoor rider, write for a lot of different publications, do a lot of outdoor seminars. After college, I went to Texas A&M, animal science degree, started working for the big packers. I've worked for 3 of the top 4 packers as a butcher. And so I took what I learned in the beef packing business and applied it in the outdoor world. And to me, if you take your deer, elk, whatever, to the processor, drop it off, your hunt's over. To me, packing out the deer, processing it, making my own sausage, it just makes the whole experience longer. And I'm super excited about this. And man, I'm glad to meet this High Roads team. We're having a good time.
And we can't forget about hunting because, heck, that's what we do. And we came out here to do a little bit of duck hunting. My feet are wet.
Don't hold on to me.
I almost went in right there. Sure, it'll never make it on TV. Plop. Hey, Gary. Happy New Year to you. All right, so we're setting out decoys right now. It's early January and the weather is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. We're over here east of Dallas, about 100 miles, I guess. All right, Matti, so you go ahead and throw that out. You gotta make sure and throw the weight out with it like this. Okay? Oh. That's nice. You'll be a duck hunter yet. What, the duck's flying? No, it's not. Here. There's the duck flying right there. Tom, that one's yours.
Oh, where did I go?
I don't know. In the water.
Oh, that was perfect.
Perfect shot. I'm gonna push around over here. I mean, this is just beautiful. See, I got a fortune cookie the other day. Said on your next duck hunt, somebody's going overboard.
Oh, I got it. Oh. There we go. Okay. This may look like a septic tank, and it is, but it's also a duck blind. It fits 3 people. This is where we're gonna hunt tomorrow morning. It's got 2 lids that you lift off and shoot out of, and it's really big in there. It looks roomy, but we just set up some decoys around, and hopefully the ducks are gonna fly over us and wanna land right behind us. So.
Have you ever noticed that when you go duck hunting, a lot of times the mud stinks? No, seriously. And, whew, we got to get in there in the morning?
Yep. Hey,
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, Charles is the master inventor, and he comes up with all kinds of cool things. So here's a septic tank, and we'll be using that for a blind in the morning. And it doesn't stink.
no, it doesn't. Just when you get inside, it may after a chorizo taco.
All right, yeah, so we're getting all set up. We got a bluebird evening and probably gonna have a bluebird morning, but that's okay.
Hopefully. With our luck, it'll snow tonight.
All right, so yesterday we wound up, got our decoys set out, checked out the blind. This morning we're fixing to head out, see if the ducks are flying. It's the right pedal, Tom. So duck hunting. People say, man, why don't you do more duck hunting? Well, every time I go duck hunting, it's like the ducks don't show up. At least not very many of them. Let them walk. Too far, Matti. Way too far. My granddaddy used to say, if you can't see their eye, they're too far. Right here. God bless it. All right, we had two of them come up just here, and I smoked one, so that's good. But boy, I mean, conditions are right here behind it. Oh, dadgummit. They're not flying good though. Right in front of us, guys. Take this one, Betty. Easy. Let them come around. That's a good long shot right there. Come on, you booger. Go down. Ha ha ha. Sky busting. Ain't no way. Come on. Kill him. That's about as good a shot as you're gonna get now.
There's a bunch right on top of us. One right here.
There we go. You booger. Come on, shoot him, guys. I hit him. Look at him bobbing. There we go. That was an assist right there. I knew I hit him. Those are little teal right there. I couldn't see that. There you go. Down. Wow.
All right, we just wrapped up our morning hunt, and I am still as bad of a shotgun shot as always. I got one duck, he got a couple, but we've got a big morning ahead of us. Well, actually a whole day full of meat, going over the different cuts, and hopefully cooking some of it and having a big supper.
Here, Maddie. That's what one looks like. What are you doing?
Trying to keep my balance.
Here. That's what one looks like.
Beautiful. All right, howdy everybody. Matti Tackett coming at you with Charles Allen. He's the owner of DiamondBlade Knives and Knives of Alaska, and he owns the ranch we're hunting on. I'm pretty new to waterfowl hunting in general. I've only done it a couple of times.
Well, you did real well. Knocked down a couple of birds, and here we are with them. And what we're going to show you now is how to prepare them. You know, I've heard for years and have experienced this. You know, I love hunting ducks, but I just don't like the meat. If you bake them with the skin on, with the bone in, you stuff them full of apples, oranges, onions, etc. I've had some problems with that, especially if they get to the point to where they're medium or well done. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you a quick and easy way to clean the duck, and we're going to show you tonight how to cook them. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to be using the little Pinnacle 2 DiamondBlade knife, which is just like a scalpel, and going to make a nice incision right here. Take the point of this very fine scalpel-like DiamondBlade knife, make a small incision just through the skin, okay? Then we're going to take it, we're going to peel the skin off, just like this.
Just like a big dove almost.
A big dove. Okay, we've got the breast exposed. Right now we're going to make this incision. We're going to take this breast meat off of the bone, okay? We have a nice piece of meat here. We're going to take this off of every breast of each of the ducks. What we want to do is take this and we're going to cut it into 3 pieces with 2 cuts, okay? A little bit larger than a bite-sized piece, okay? I'll put it in here. Now we've got a garlic pod. Going to cut that. And onion. We'll take that. We're going to put this on our duck breast. A little bit of avocado oil that withstands high heat cooking real well. And take some Montreal steak seasoning. Put that on, and we'll season it to taste. We'll put some on right now, get that good flavor when it's cooked in that cast iron skillet. Take that, and we're gonna mix that up. Now we don't wanna leave this in the fridge too long. because we don't want that duck to be overpowered by the onion or the garlic. We're gonna let it marinate for about 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Then we're gonna cook it under high heat in a cast iron skillet that is red hot with no oil in there whatsoever. Okay, Maddie, we're using a dry cast iron skillet. And I love cooking with cast iron for ducks and a lot of other things as well. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sear this duck very quickly. We don't wanna saute it, okay? We don't wanna slow cook it. We wanna seal those juices in, lock that flavor in, and take them off when it's rare to medium rare.
Okay.
So that means that as we put them on, we want them starting to see that cast iron is now starting to smoke. So we're gonna put about 6 pieces in there because we don't wanna cool the skillet, okay? And what we're gonna do is go for about 1 minute and 45 seconds from right now,
Okay.
okay? I'm gonna let you be the clock person.
I think I can handle it.
All right, so we're about 1 minute and 45 seconds in now. You're beginning to see the white cooked zone right around where it's making contact with the cast iron skillet. So it's time to flip it.
Okay.
Okay, we want to see it be just a little brown. That's perfect. That's perfect. Perfect. Okay. This one's a little thinner, okay? So we want to take that one off first because we put them all in there at the same time. So now we're going to go for about 45 seconds to 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay? As thick as these are with a mallard, larger ducks, I'm going to probably with those chunks, you want to go for about 1:45 on the first and probably 1:15 for the second side.
Smells great.
We're going to start rolling these over. That small one, I'm going to go ahead and sear, make sure it's seared all the way around. Looking good. Nice and brown all the way around. Now we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes. Then we'll see how they are. All right, you ready to try a piece of wild duck that you took this morning?
Very ready.
There you go. There you go.
How beautiful
Medium
it
rare.
is.
See how that is.
Very. That tastes like filet mignon, you're right.
Here we go.
Look at it. They're like little nugget size. They're perfect. Tender. This is how you turn somebody into a waterfowl hunter right here. So if you've got any good duck recipes, go ahead and post them below and make sure and subscribe because we've got a lot more good recipes coming at you with wild game.
Okay, off we go.
Okay, I got to tell you, Tom is an outdoor writer and he has written a lot of articles on butchering animals, and he's very descriptive, but there was one piece of meat that I called him up, I said, I don't know what you're talking about, and he's saying it is like the best of the animal. It's called the tri-tip.
Yes, sir.
And I had no idea even where it is, and the weird thing about it is almost none of you out there will have done what he's fixing to do. We're fixing to show you something that is really, really special, because this piece of meat that called the tri-tip, almost everybody grinds it up into sausage or hamburger. They may make it part into a roast, whatever, but I want to show you, or I'm going to have Tom show you what a tri-tip is.
We're going to use the new Knives of Alaska professional boning knife, the flexible model. These are a small piece, so we'll cut slow. What you'll do, you'll go and you're going to follow the seam. And you can see it's a definite seam, and it'll go down. It covers that knuckle, and then it flares out on each side and ties into what's called the top butt or sirloin. So this goes right on in there. Ties in there, and we're going to peel it right off. And then I'll trim it up, it's a little ragged. And that's some of that sirloin. There's a little bit of a seam there. There it is.
Wow. So this was right here, laid right up on top. But I can promise you, I bet you 99 out of 100 people that are watching this video have never ever taken this, and it's called a tri-tip.
Tri-tip.
And you can do the same thing, not just on a deer, but on a hog. All right, so here's a tri-tip off of venison and off of a wild hog. And Maddie's already got a tri-tip off of a cow. We're gonna take these to her and see what they taste like.
Okay, so what are these bad boys?
These are the top secret. These are tri-tips. Here's the deer. I mean, it's small, right?
Mm-hmm.
But oh my gosh, you're gonna love these.
Yeah.
So we'll marinate it. Use your favorite marinade. Let it sit here for a couple hours.
All right, so here we have the tri-tips, and they've been marinating for a while, like 3 hours probably.
Yeah.
And we're gonna season them with just some Montreal steak seasoning. Do you season them real heavy or just a little?
I like pretty good. Not just packed like we did the pork,
Okay.
but still heavy.
Okay, well, I'll let you do the packing. You tell me when.
That's pretty good.
Okay,
Good.
awesome.
Perfect.
Well, now we'll go get them on the grill.
I'll carry them over for you then.
The muscles of the group. Okay, we're gonna put the tri-tips on the smoker with the rest of our smorgasbord. And we'll let the smoker do the work from here.
All right.
Now we just have to wait, which is the hardest part. Okay.
We'll smoke them about at least 1 hour, get a good smoke flavor, and then we'll turn up the heat and it won't take long to cook.
All right, so we just got done with a couple of the cuts of meat. The unique nature of what we're doing and doing 3 different cuts of meat on 3 different animals means you have different cook times. This is the pork tri-tip, and this is wild hog. Just look how beautiful it is. This is great. I can't wait to try the beef and the other cuts because I'm very impressed so far. So earlier we did pork and we did venison. We did the tri-tip on both of those. They were delicious, but they were so much smaller because they're smaller animals than a cow that the cooking time was shorter. So now we're gonna go over the Wagyu cuts of those. So you'll notice I cut straight and now I'm starting to go like this with my knife. And the reason why is because this muscle, you usually want to cut against the grain. This is a strange cut. Explain how the muscle works in this cut.
It starts out going down that point down, and then as it goes, it changes around on you.
So Wagyu is a tender cut of meat. So it might seem like, oh, it's not a big deal to cut this. Well, we've been using this knife across the board this entire trip. It's a new DiamondBlade chef knife. It's friction forged, and I'm super impressed with it because usually on a good knife set, they're sharp, but they don't hold an edge. And this has held an edge on every cut of meat we've gone through. So we gotta get to taste testing. Here.
Ready. Oh yeah.
The smoke is so good.
Isn't it the perfect good smoking?
So regular viewers of our show know I'm always talking about the joy of the hunt. And the joy of the hunt to me, if you were to ask me what's the joy of the hunt, it's everything to do with hunting. It's not just going out and shooting a duck or shooting a buck. And I think part of the joy of the hunt to me is also sharing the bounty that we get from the outdoors with others. If you're watching online, you got any questions or comments, you know what to do. Make sure and post them below. And while you're watching online, make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Keith Warren, and thanks for watching The High Road. We'll see you next time.